Good morning, team, and thank you for this opportunity to present my viewpoint on a critical business decision. Should New Wave General Insurance adopt generative AI in the pricing and valuation of our new motor vehicle insurance product? My name is Stephen, and as a pricing actuary at New Wave, I will present and compare our options and justify my preference for Excel. I will then discuss the core design considerations and operational goals of our pricing model. But first, let's start with context. 9 months ago, we launched our motor vehicle insurance product. We need to model the claim frequency and average claim size. These model outputs will inform our quarterly pricing reviews and later guide our reserving and valuation teams. So that's the context, but what are our options? Microsoft Excel accommodates a simple but effective suite of statistical tools for traditional actuarial models. The new competitor is GenAI, which converts a text prompt and training data into a model that makes new predictions. What separates these competitors? Price is an obvious differentiator. Microsoft Excel is cheap and widely accessible. GenAI tokens are expensive, and there's no guarantee that the first or 51st AI prompt will give the right code or model. And it's an ongoing cost because even the best, most operational model will expire. It's like the cool air from an air conditioner. For sustained comfort, you must continually feed electricity into the aircon, the same way you feed a salary into a software engineer who maintains and adapts code to evolving business needs. Whether that engineer is human or Gen AI, it doesn't work for free. What about performance? If we had a larger, more complex data set, Gen AI could explore powerful, flexible models. But with our limited data, we'd probably settle for the traditional actuarial models that we can run in Excel. Thirdly, reliability. To truly rely on Gen AI, we must invest time to properly understand the model that is being produced. And understanding is the common thread here. Controlling model design, certifying data security, or explaining the rationale behind premium ratings, they're all easy to do with a hand-built model, but with Gen AI, we need to understand the intermediary code and check that nothing malignant is hiding within. Finally, recent environmental concerns and water usage conflicts have harmed the public perception of Gen AI and by extension its patrons. So for these reasons, I would reserve Gen AI for a setting with appropriate oversight from a team of software engineers who can read, understand, and edit the intermediary code. I'd recommend Excel for the task at hand. But what are the core design principles of such a model? The model must be appropriately complex to reflect trends in the available data without overfitting to the noise. The model must robustly handle outliers and data anomalies consistent with the underlying statistical assumptions. And thirdly, the model must appropriately weight our two main data sources. We have 9 months of product-specific experience alongside 3 years of historical data from our reinsurer reflecting similar but different products. So in totality, these principles support our overarching goal of model performance or fitness for purpose. We want fair and sound premiums. We want reasonable but safe reserves. And to achieve this, I would consult our in-house statisticians and experiment with a broad range of statistical options. Now, model performance is important, but the model must also be well-structured, documented, peer-reviewed, and aligned with professional requirements. So how would I achieve that? I would plan out the overall workbook structure in advance and ensure a smooth, logical flow. I would document the model using an organized technical summary covering both the mathematical and operational structure, and I would write a plain language version for auditors and other people. And I will allow time for peer review and support my colleagues through direct briefings and promptly answer all questions. Finally, I will ensure the model is aligned with professional requirements by checking the relevant professional standards from the Actuaries Institute website. So that rounds out the 5 core operational goals. Let's summarize. Success in our profession hinges on using the appropriate tool for the job. And with appropriate oversight, Gen AI has an exciting future. But for this project, I can produce an Excel workbook that achieves the 5 core operational goals through appropriate statistical consultation, planning, documentation, research, and peer review. Thank you very much.